What's up, everyone? I'm coming here today to have a quick talk. We have to become more uniform in our ideology. We have to come together in what we think as black people because we have been shown that our ideology and knowledge of ourselves is very weak. And we know this. How do you gain and increase your ideology and your knowledge? You have to have uniformity. We all learn where we come from, but our narrative has been controlled. Our Bible tells us where we come from. The very thing that was taught to us to control us tells us the truth about where we come from. But when they control how you look at it and they control your ideology, then they control you. So freedom is not about saying we're free and we can walk around and do everything everyone else can do. That's not freedom. If everyone else is being controlled, then just doing what they're doing is just being controlled. Being free is being controlled to be able to think and have the ability to come up with thoughts independent of anyone else or any of the culture without being condemned. And that is the problem that we're having right now. Anytime a black person comes with an ideology or a thought process that challenges the thought process that we've been told to have, they become a villain. Not only by the main media, the mass media, the main ideology, but by our own ideology. Our own people turn against us. And that makes us very weak because that means we have no unity. We have no uniformity in ideology except for what someone else gives us. So how do you break free? How do you get that ideology if you refuse or if someone else can make you turn against yourselves or a person that's trying to free you? When we learn, we must teach. So when someone starts teaching, start learning so that you can start teaching. And just because they're teaching something doesn't mean that it's always all correct. It can have discrepancies, but that's where it comes in, where we're having this conversation. Now you come and you teach me something. So we continue to teach until we come to a truth. And when you get that truth, you form uniformity. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with ideology that made their own truth. And now they're preaching that truth to the world. And the world is conforming to their truth, even though it may not be true. Because their group is stronger than our group. Not because they're actually physically stronger, it's because they have more uniformity in their ideologies. So that's what we have to work on. Becoming more uniform in our ideologies and not fighting against each other, but learning from each other. Not condemning each other, and definitely not allowing someone else come in from another community and condemn one of our brothers or our sisters, and we fall for it, and we agree with it, and we just get in line, even though they didn't dispute what the brother or the sister said. They just condemned them as an ideology. Get it? So we have to start working together to be one when it comes to our community moving forward. Otherwise, you would never have freedom. You would never have the ability to think freely. That's what freedom is. It's not walking around here in these fake laws and acting like everyone else. That's not freedom. Our ancestors gave us the opportunity to fight for another day. That's why they didn't fight physically at that time, because the fight wasn't physical. The fight is ideology or ideological. So we have to really think about these things and start to really learn what the fight is about. And then that would tell you how to bring the fight. Until then, we will lose. Until then, our community will be weak without uniformity. Not just unity, uniformity. We have to come to agree on some things, and then we stand fast in those things. Hey, we can do it. We can do it. If we put our minds to it, we put our hearts to it, and we put our brethren to it, what God gave us. So, on this rock I stand, One.